Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So now I've just watched, continuing on the Star Wars reviews, and now I've just watched Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now, this one is kind of known to be around, it's kind of known by a lot of people to be the worst Star Wars movie that was ever released. And since I'm going to be reviewing them all eventually, I won't, spoil the exact way that I ratio all of the movies in order. I'll keep that for the end. But just to stay off the hop, I do actually, I don't hate the prequels as much as a lot of other people do. I don't dislike them. I don't, I do actually like them. I do actually think they're good movies. But I will agree that Attack of the Clones is at least one of the worst Star Wars movies that's ever been released. Everything, it's just too clustered. Even the Phantom Menace, people said it was really clustered, which it was, but Attack of the Clones was just beyond a big clusterfuck of just all kinds of stuff that did not need to be there at all. And just dragged everything down and was just kind of a distraction to watch, not really getting you anywhere, just kind of a bunch of CGI kind of fluff just in your face the whole time, right? And the performances in the prequels aren't the best of any of the Star Wars saga, but the performances in Attack of the Clones are probably the worst, turned in by pretty much every actor on the board. One thing I do like, actually, is there's a couple of scenes where Anakin and Padme are first kind of discussing their feelings with each other and stuff like that, and the sets that they had for those, especially actually, the famous scene that everybody hates in the Star Wars saga is in Attack of the Clones is I don't like sand, right? The line's been made fun of just in incredible much online and just everywhere, right? But believe it or not, a little funny story, when I was younger, I actually kind of liked that line. Believe it or not, I've grown to kind of realize why people make fun of it. When I was younger and not paying attention to the whole online thing with movies and all of that, right? I didn't actually mind the line. I was quite a lot younger, but I remember thinking, nice line, and then, of course, as time goes on, you're like, yeah, no, I can see why people are making fun of that, right? That was just kind of a funny little thing and all. But also the set in that scene, and the background, whether it's CGI or spliced in with real stuff or not, I'm not quite sure, but the set in the background, as well as just the sets in that whole kind of sequence of the movie, are actually really nice and really cool, and just kind of I don't know, they evoke a certain kind of atmosphere to the scenes. And I don't know, I just think in the prequels, some of the things, some of their CGI sets and some of their, and mainly just some of the worlds that they created are one of the best parts of the movies. That's kind of what I think is some of the coolest things in those movies, and this one certainly isn't the best of the three, but there's always some cool sets and some cool imagery to look at and some awesome worlds to explore, and stuff like that, right? And yeah, for grading the movie, I think I'd give this one a C. Yeah, it's just kind of, it's one of the worst ones. It's just kind of blah. It just kind of, you got to get through it to watch the whole saga, I guess, but it's just kind of there. It's nothing to write too far home about. And yeah, I wouldn't give it a C minus, because as I said, there's some redeeming qualities to it and some things that I actually like. And again, it has some nostalgia for me too, as I was quite a lot younger when they did come out. And yeah, so that's that. Thank you very much for watching, everybody.